Okay.
Otherwise.
I call the planning board meeting of April 20th, 2023 to order at 6:04. First item, Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Next item, public comment, since we don't have any public
Not appear to be any
comment.
public comment.
Minutes of 4/4/23, you have the minutes in front of you, and also you were emailed. Do we have any additions, subtractions, corrections from any of the members?
I make a motion that we accept them as printed.
Okay, very good. Motion from Les Goodrich. Do I have a second?
I second it.
Second by Amanda Phillips. Again, if there's no questions, I'll ask for a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
And the chair votes aye, and we have 4 ayes and 1 abstention from Arthur Armenta. Okay, next item on the agenda, it is now 6:05. We have a public hearing. It is rescheduled from 4/18/23. The Winchton Planning Board will, it's a hearing on our proposed Article 9 signed by law. So the first thing I got to do is read the notice. Public hearing notice. Notice is hereby given that the Winchton Planning Board will hold a public hearing on Tuesday, April 18th, 2023 at 6:05 to discuss the proposed Article 9 signed in the Town of Winchton zoning bylaw. Hearing will,
This should say be a presentation.
a presentation of the proposed Article 9 sidewalk, educating boards and the community about the proposed changes. The hearing will be held in the second-floor auditorium of the Winchton Town Hall, 109 Front Street. Information is available at the Winchton Planning and Development Office. All interested persons should plan to attend. Alternative translations and accommodations are available by advance request by contacting Planning and Development Department at least 3 days in advance. And I call this hearing open at 6:07. Okay, very good. First item here is we have our Article 9 signed by law. I think again, I just want to mention how we got here. I did this before when we were discussing it, but going back 3 years ago, Planning and Development, and possibly the board also thought that we should update the zoning bylaws. It's been a while since we updated them. So Tracy Murphy at the time received a grant, high 20,000s, and hired the company of Bovitz Community Planning and Design, run by Ted Bovitz, to look over our zoning laws, audit them, and see what needs to be changed. Well, Bovitz Community Planning and Design came up with proposed changes for the bylaws for the different districts. These were recommended, again, by Bovitz Community Planning and Design because that's their expertise. These did not come from the planning board members. We did not design this. We did not write the articles. As I said, Ted Bovitz did. But we went through them with them, and we gave our suggestions, made changes where we wanted from the board members. This first went in front of the town meeting last year. It failed, I think 2 votes it missed by. So we came back, took some of the suggestions that were made by people at the hearing and people on the town meeting floor. We've changed it a little bit, and now we have Article 9 signs, and we'll be going in front of the town meeting. Now, I have to say, this is just the first article of what we hope to do is update all our, I think it's 14 articles we have in our zoning bylaw, if I'm not mistaken. So this is the first one. Again, Article 9 signs, we thought would be a very easy one to pass, but we lost at that, so here we are again. Now, I will just go over a few items here, things I have underlined, and just so the people know, I mean, we have different things in here. We have the purpose, applicability, and things like, people were concerned that will they not, the sign bylaw might prohibit them from stating their opinions on their lawn, but we have an area in here, nothing contained in this article shall be construed as the contest base, and I hate to say it, my pen leaked on this next word, so. What's in this of signs, messages prohibited by the federal or state constitution, statute, or courtrooms. Don't think that's the right word, again, my pen leaked on it. But in other words, it's basically saying that, no, we cannot tell you what you can put on your own property. You can put a 9x9 sign on your property that I like so-and-so politician, or I hate so-and-so politician. This is not sitting on anybody's rights. And then in this, we have signs permitted by special permit, and some are not, some are permitted by right. But this notes that the planning board shall serve as the special permit granting authority. So that states it. If there's a problem, then we go things like maximum square footage, different shapes of signs, light fixtures, electronic messaging or display must be continuous stream of light. And then we go to permitted accessory and principal signs. There's a few changes there, if I'm not mistaken, from the last time. Then we go into as you see the, oh great, you've got it in front of you, figure, permitted accessory signs, we changed, I think it was A-frame and sidewalk signs to a special permit. Okay, and then we changed the section, other principal signs, including electronic signs by special permit, SP as it's stated there. Then we go into the different types of signs, and I think the difference where this bylaw is as compared to the bylaws we have now is this actually shows the applicant the different types of signs and what an A-frame and a sidewalk sign is, and it gives a definition of it, such as that one, what zoning district it's in. You go to the chart, number of signs, placement, sign height, sign width, sign area. This one is 8 square feet, but each sign has its own information, and then other functions. And then we go into display case, directional signs, and again, the same information is for each sign. And I don't see anything else. Again, direction and nameplate signs, permitted and principal sign standards, awning and canopy signs, bracket signs. So it really gives people an idea and what kind of sign they want to apply for. It kind of is a suggestion to them. Well, what kind of sign you want, freestanding signs, blade signs. Then we go into vertical blade signs, freestanding signs. And again, this is longer than, about 7 pages longer than what we have now, but most of it is taken up by
Pictures.
pretty pictures. Yeah. The sign content has not changed that much. We changed a little in as far as the size of electronic signs, things like that. I don't have that information in front of me. Monument signs. Now, such as on the wall murals, there was a one-word change there, so that's highlighted. I don't know if that's coming across the screen. A sign that is directly painted on or permanently affixed. And then definition of other sign. Then we go into other temporary signs. We have the monument signs, wall signs, size and such. And then we have temporary and exempt signs, permitted temporary signs by zoning district, permitted by right or permitted with a special permit, or permitted by, for approved home occupations. Then we have a few little changes in the other things. Then we get down into the prohibited temporary signs. Do you want to move on to that, or?
Yep, so I'm there. Yep, right here.
Okay.
Oh,
Temporary window signs, real estate, street banners, and then we get into the other temporary signs, which are pictures here, probably best explained that way. Projected image signs, okay, of temporary signs. I'm sorry, these are examples of temporary signs I have in front of us here. And then we move on to examples of prohibited signs, such as the sign that waves its arms, a big blow-up sign, vertical signs, advertising murals, billboards, and feather signs and teardrops. So that's pretty a list of it. And I have to explain that we're not the know-all and end-all of this. So there might be a sign that's appropriate that's not dealt with in this. So what we have at section 9.12, planning board waiver. The planning board, in its discretion, may waiver or modify any of the requirements set forth in this section. If the board determines that such a waiver does not derogate from the purpose of the bylaw and is in the public interest. So if somebody comes with a sign that maybe is not dealt with here, if it's felt appropriate, and it's not that one person, such as a building inspector, makes that decision, it's the whole board. So you have at least 5 members here giving their input and discussing it, and it can be in a public forum. So I've gone through pretty well everything. Any of our board members, would you like to make any comments or suggestions? Or do you have any changes that you think? We've gone through a lot of the changes. Any comments? No, I think, and we did go over this at our last meeting, so if you don't hear a lot of input from the board, we already did it last month. So I think has been pretty well changed. Now, I'm going to ask for public comment, just to go through the motion, but the people at home, I don't think you can see, but nobody showed up here to give any comments on this. So, other than that, do you have anything that you'd like to add to Nicole?
I do not.
Okay, and none of the board members have anything? So I guess if there's no objection, I would entertain a motion to recommend this warrant article to the Board of Selectmen and town meeting?
Yes.
close the hearing first?
What's that?
Have to close the hearing first?
Good point. Thank you, Art.
No.
Okay, no other input? Gotta get ahead of myself. Okay, do I have a motion to close the hearing?
I'll make that motion.
Okay.
I'll second it.
Okay, very good. I got a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Okay, I will ask again. Would somebody like to make a motion to approve this Article 9 to the Board of Selectmen and the town meeting, or disapprove? Do I have a motion, one way or the other?
I'll make the motion to send it to the Board of Selectmen for their approval to be sent to the town meeting
With our recommendation?
with our recommendations.
Okay.
Second.
Okay, very good. Motion and second. Does that seem appropriate to you, Nicole?
Yes.
Okay, any last comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And the chair votes aye, so it's recommended unanimously. Okay. Tongue tires. Well, hopefully this is the start of one. It is recommended, and we have another 13 articles to deal with, and we will be doing that in the next year, hopefully with some grant assistance. Because as I said, this is not our expertise, and we can only tweak what is given to us. Okay, on the agenda, the only thing left on the agenda is adjournment.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn by Art Armenta. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Oh, very good. Okay, let's go to the second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And the chair votes aye, and we are adjourned at 6:21. Fantastic.